Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Beneath the Mask Black Mask as Batman. This is the first Black Mask figure that McFarlane has released, and of course it's not a traditional Black Mask, it's Black Mask as Batman. And I would much prefer a traditional Black Mask, but this guy looks pretty damn cool as well. I ordered this at Big Bad Toy Store, it arrived today, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts. McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse Black Mask as Batman. Here he is in the package. Looks like we have a total of 4 interchangeable hands, a syringe, and some keys. Display stand and collector's card. One side of the package, Black Mask as Batman from Beneath the Mask. Other side, Black Mask as Batman. At the bottom, there's his barcode if it helps. And on the back, here he is from the comics with the keys and the syringe. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, 5 interchangeable hands, one of which has a syringe, and then the keys to Arkham Asylum. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Black Mask as Batman, but this is not the Black Mask we're familiar with. This is not Roman Sionis. In the Batman comics, after No Man's Land and War Games, Catwoman actually killed Black Mask. She shot him in the face. This is actually Jeremiah Arkham as Black Mask 2. Jeremiah Arkham is the grandson of Amadeus Arkham that sort of founded Arkham Asylum. Jeremiah Arkham has ran Arkham Asylum for many years, and he's had a lot of bad experiences with inmates, as you can imagine. And eventually, he snapped, went crazy, and developed a split personality as Black Mask number 2. I didn't actually realize that when I first saw the figure. I was just like, ugh, why are they going to make Black Mask as Batman for the first version of Black Mask? And that is still applicable to Jeremiah Arkham. He doesn't normally dress up as Batman. Normally, he really just looks like the same Black Mask we know. A guy in regular clothes, suit, whatever, and a black mask. Hopefully, we're going to get a Roman Sionis version of Black Mask with a business suit and a sort of black skull type face. Fingers are crossed. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind getting that version of the Jeremiah Arkham Black Mask 2 as well. But in the meantime, this is the first company to ever make a Jeremiah Arkham or Black Mask 2 figure. And this is McFarlane's first Black Mask of any kind. Of course, it's him as Batman, which seems to be the thing McFarlane does a lot of time with the villains first, and then they'll give us normal versions later. So, fingers crossed that's what's happening this time. But either way, it's really cool to have Black Mask 2 that no one has ever done before. I've got Black Mask figures from other companies, so maybe they can team up one day, although they would never be in the situation to do that, as Black Mask 1 is dead at this point. And of course, in the Rebirth comics, they just sort of scratch that, and Black Mask is Roman Sionis again. So let's take a closer look. Now this guy's done on the Nightfall Batman body, which is one of my favorite Batman bodies. Now his face, that thing looks sick. It looks fantastic. It looks scary and creepy. Got the bat ears, skull for a face, those teeth, sunken in eyes, no nose. It looks awesome. As we go further down, the Nightfall body, we have sort of a blue bat symbol across the chest. The outfit is mostly black and dark blue. The belt looks like Dick Grayson Batman. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Cloth soft goods cape, and yes, this one has a bendy wire. Of course, they're skipping on so many of them, but finally we got one again. The cape is sort of that shiny material, a little bit less on the inside. Overall, it looks good. The face looks absolutely fantastic and creepy. Probably the best part of the figure. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. The head sculpt is fantastic. Very, very well done. It looks like a skull and the Batman cowl sort of mixed together. And I think that's more or less the whole point. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, a typical McFarlane display stand we've seen plenty of times before. And then we have his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Jeremiah Arkham as Batman, holding that syringe. Black Mask as Batman from Beneath the Mask. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 5 hands, 2 right hands, and 3 left hands. Here's Black Mask with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And then, with his second pair of hands, these are a pair of open hands. They look like they could be some grabbing, choking, or throwing hands. And he has 1 additional left hand. This one has a syringe permanently attached. Next we have his keys. These are the keys to Arkham Asylum. We have a large old school keyring with a couple of giant keys attached. And then here's Black Mask, holding and sort of taunting you with those keys. Now I wanted to talk about his cape. He's got a cloth soft goods cape with a bendy wire, and it's about damn time. He's got that sort of shiny vinyl type material, which I don't mind when it's bendy wire, but I damn sure mind when it doesn't. The cape stretches out about this far, looks pretty damn good, and it has the bendy wire for posing purposes. You can have it going straight up like so. You could have him using his sort of arm to drape it sort of over him. Easier said than done. Now, this guy's not exactly your typical hero, but what I like to do with a hero cape is have it flowing in the wind. An easy way to do that is simply take the cape, run it above your finger, run it back down over your next finger, and then back up again, and maybe slightly down. Try to sort of smooth out those little points. Then take the other piece and just simply sort of tuck it to the side, and you have a quick makeshift Batman with his cape floating in the wind, or rather Black Mask in this scenario. And the natural wrinkles make it look pretty good. Now to check out the reused differences and similarities between Black Mask and some previous McFarlane Batman figures. He utilizes the Nightfall Batman body, but has more in common with the Dick Grayson as Batman. So let's take a closer look. Obviously, if you look at these guys, their heads are totally different. Let's go further down. The torso, stomach, belt, diaper, arms, hands, legs, boots, feet, and even the cape is exactly the same. So they are 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation, except for the heads and the paint job, but it comes out completely different. Here are all the McFarlane DC Multiverse figures that utilize the Batman Nightfall body. I count a total of 26. I'm not aware of any coming on the way, but I'm sure they're not done with this body. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and its accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right about 7 inches tall, which can translate to 18 centimeters. And if we go to the top of the ears, about 7.2 inches tall. And for his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate side to side. I'm sure you guys can hear how tight it is. He can look up just a little bit, and down just a little bit as well. Can tilt his head also a little bit from side to side. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out about 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got the butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the gap that would be there. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows. His wrists can rotate, and it is hinged, although you can't really get much out just the way the sort of sleeve is done. Ball joint his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion. You get more out of the torso and the waist of this guy. Legs, completely just splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is minimal at best. Legs go forward about that far, depending on how to spread them out. Back not at all. Double jointed knees, and then his ankle, forward and back, rotate, tilt, rock, and toe articulation. Here's a look at Jeremiah Arkham as Black Mask 2 in Arkham Asylum. Syringe at hand, keys to the nut house. Now let's check them out. Next is with our action figures. Starting off with their Black Mask figures. I need to remind you, this is not the Roman Sionis Black Mask. This is Black Mask 2, Jeremiah Arkham. Here he is, next to the closest thing to a McFarlane Black Mask you can get. This is a McFarlane Fortnite wildcard figure with a head swap with the DC Direct Arkham Origins Black Mask. And I think it comes out really, really nice. It is literally exactly what I would want from a McFarlane DC Multiverse Black Mask, and they already have the parts. McFarlane, release stuff like this, please, before it's over. And here he is, with a couple of DC Direct Black Mask figures. Then, with a Mezco Black Mask figure. Next, with a Mattel DC Universe Classics Black Mask. Here are all the Black Mask figures that I have, by DC Direct, McFarlane, Mezco, and Mattel. Every single one of them is Roman Sionis, except for this new one, which is Black Mask 2, Jeremiah Arkham, and he doesn't normally dress up as Batman. That was just for this 2-issue run. Normally he wears something similar to the original Black Mask, just regular sort of outfit, suit, etc., trench coat. Here's Batman as Black Mask, next to some Black Mask henchmen. The ones on the two sides are wrestling figures with a head swap, and the other three are customs. And these Black Mask henchmen could work for either Black Mask 1 or Black Mask 2. Now you can really take sort of any action figure that's wearing a mask, a clown mask, or a ghost mask, or whatever, and have them be members of the False Face Society. But I like these kind of Black Mask thugs. These look like the kind from Arkham Origins. Here's Two-Face as Batman, Black Mask as Batman, and Hugo Strange as Batman. And one could even argue that any of the Jokerized Batman figures could be Joker as Batman. And I actually think the upcoming Hush Jokerized figure is Joker as Batman from the comics. And then we have all the Dark Knight's Metal figures, which are sort of all these different heroes as Batman, evil, blah, 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 whatever. McFarlane loves to make evil Batman figures. And you know what? I like getting them too. My problem is they always freaking make them before they make the regular versions, like Two-Face. I didn't even really want Two-Face as Batman, but I damn sure wanted a regular Two-Face comic figure first. And McFarlane loves doing stuff like that. I think they know if they release the regular Two-Face first, less people will buy the Two-Face as Batman. But it is annoying. I want to have all the core characters. We still don't have a regular Black Mask, 1 or 2 for that matter, or a regular Hugo Strange. And I get they're not as popular or desirable characters as Two-Face, but these things will sell out, I'm telling you. Give us Hugo Strange as a mad scientist and Black Mask in a business suit, and those are going to be instant sellouts. I was always hoping they would give us a Black Mask from the Birds of Prey movie. Even though that movie was not that good, Black Mask looked and acted pretty cool. Well, at least he looked pretty normal. Black Mask here kind of reminds me of the Blackest Night Batman. They both kind of look like zombie Batman figures. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the rest of his wave, the most recent Batman wave. We have the Earth 2 Batman, Batman Corporate Batman, Black Mask as Batman, DC Classics Batgirl and Scarecrow, and Hush Riddler. Here's Black Mask, next to a couple of recent Mega figures, Failsafe and Glow-in-the-Dark Bane. And here he is, next to the Batman Returns wave, Batman, Catwoman, Max Schreck, a couple of versions of Penguin and his Penguin Commandos. Then, with the pink and rainbow Batman figures. And now, with some recent McFarlane paint variants, we have the cover recreation Emerald Twilight Green Lantern, Black and White accent Flashpoint Batman, Jokerized Superman, and Nightmare Superman. Here's Black Mask, next to the Spectre vs. Atom Smasher 2-pack, and here he is with the 5th digital wave, Red Tornado, Batgirl, and Blackfire. Then, with the most recent wave of Collector's Edition figures, we have Batman with a Mobius chair, and both the regular and platinum versions of Dr. Midnight. Now on the hunt for a platinum Batman with Mobius chair figure. And while we're on the subject, I'm also hunting for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Collector's Edition Beast Boy, both regular and platinum versions, and the Superpowers Wave 4 Walmart exclusive Black Manta. If anybody out there has some information for me, can point me in the right direction, or could possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. And now, with the most recent wave of Page Punchers, Crisis on Infinite Earth's Joker, and 0 Hour Superman. I'm still on the hunt for Cheetah and Extant. Hopefully I'll have them soon. And finally, with the Rebirth Batman 2.0 and the Ben Affleck Batman that came with the Bat Cycle. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they are typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and then work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figures. all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys, here's Black Mask, next to a cup of ranch dressing. And here he is, with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a pretty cool Black Mask's Batman figure. He looks really cool. The dark suit, the really creepy, well-sculpted head and face. But that's just the problem. It's Black Mask as Batman, and sure, that's cool, give me a Black Mask Batman, but give me a freaking regular Black Mask first. Every time I look at him, I'm like, that is so cool, he looks fantastic, and he does, but where's my regular McFarlane Black Mask? And then I think, oh, this is Black Mask 2. That's actually pretty cool, because no one's ever done a Black Mask 2, and I have other Black Mask figures. But then I think, oh, I wish it was a regular version of Black Mask 2, not Black Mask 2 as Batman, because we'll probably absolutely never get that from any company. Still, it is a cool Black Mask figure, but I want a regular Black Mask as well as this. I do want this also. I would love to get a Black Mask 1 and a Black Mask 2 in their sort of regular type of looks. Anyway, that doesn't really take away from this figure, just my personal preference, and it's sort of typical McFarlane. But this figure looks sick, it's awesome, it's perfect around Halloween time, it just looks crazy and creepy and scary all at the same time. And it's well done. It is reused from the Dick Grayson Batman, and I can't imagine he actually used that belt and stuff in the comic, but I didn't actually pull it out and check it out. Still, it looks wonderful. I love the black Batman suit, the dark blue, the cape, creepy head. Really have no complaints about that. His accessories, they're pretty cool as well. A syringe and keys to Arkham Asylum. That's some pretty unusual stuff for an action figure, and I like those type of things. So if I were to rate this figure, I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10. Because he looks so cool, I'm really enjoying him. But it's not like I just added Black Mask to the Batman Rogues Gallery by McFarlane Toys. He can't really stand there with a regular Two-Face, Penguin, Joker, Riddler, because this is not his normal look. So the itch for a McFarlane Black Mask figure has not been met. My custom works for now, but I do want an officially released one of the line, and I'm sure all of you guys out there do as well. For that matter, give us a comic Poison Ivy, Ventriloquist, the list goes on and on and on. Still, I'm happy to have this guy. I'm happy to get an officially licensed Black Mask 2 figure, an officially licensed McFarlane Black Mask figure, even though it's not exactly the one that I wanted. So, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.